Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today, we're going to be talking about ICP. Yes, I know it's been a while since I covered this coin, but I thought it's finally time to get around and finally cover it. Now, before we jump into the technical analysis, there are some nice fundamentals that I want to look at. Nothing too crazy, but it is still something that I want to discuss. Something that ICP has never experienced is network downtime. Now, this isn't the biggest thing in the world, but it's, a respectable achievement, right? We can see when we go other networks, other coins have gone down in the past and ICP hasn't. So, it is one of those small wins, ICP holders will take, something to be proud of. On the other hand, though, right, this is actually pretty important. The number of transfers on the ICP blockchain reached an all time high on the 3rd of January. That is the number of transactions as wallet to wallet transfers. So burning, minting, and other transactions are excluded. And we can see the graph is you know, looking like this, going up, right, going sideways, and then now we have created pretty much new highs. So that is pretty good, right? That is what you want to see on something like the ICP chain. And yeah, I mean, look, right? I'm personally pretty bullish on ICP. I don't own any ICP, but I do think it is a solid coin to have. If you're looking for solid gains, everyone has a different definition. I would say on the lower end 7x, and let's just say on the higher end 15x, somewhere between there, then ICP is a coin I would consider getting in, right? I don't understand why it has so much hate. Some may say because, of this weird, very weird price action of how it just dumped initially when it just came out. But this was also, it came out at a bad time, at a very high price and a very high market cap. So, it is what it is. But the past is the past. We're going to see if ICP is worth investing, where ICP has to go you know, for things to look good, and where do I think it's going to be ending up this bull run cycle. So first off, right, um, the structure is weird, but I would consider us in hell personally, right? I talk about when coins are under certain structure, they are considered in hell, in my opinion. And you know what? ICP is one of them. But on the other side, it is really, really good if you overtake these levels. So we can see ICP, right? Earlier this year, well, earlier in 2023, technically, I had a rally all the way up to up here, roughly of $20, going perfectly into an institutional candle. We can see on the left side a weekly institutional candle with a lot of imbalance. After that, it had a nice sell off and correction, as most coins did. So it's not an ICP thing necessarily. Plus, in the market, corrections are healthy and normal. But we can see we pretty much retested, right? We retested um, off of these areas over here, right? Held the ground of pretty much $7. And then now we're kind of ping ponging up. Now, what I expect ICP overall to do over the next couple months is generally go up because obviously, for one, the bull run. Second, altcoin season. And third, it itself has bullish structure, right? So we can see we broke out of this consolidation zone of roughly pretty much between, let's just say 675 and let's just say $10 roughly, right? We broke out of it. We tapped, right? We ping ponged off of $15 where the last relevant resistance was, sold off a little bit. But I think, we're not going to have that much of a bigger retracement, right? We went into one of the last daily order block candles over here. And then we can see we held very, very nicely over here at $9.90. Now, it does seem, no, there's no double bottom relief. So it does seem pretty solid right now, right? We did break this structure of $11.30, which means we have created a higher high, right? We created a higher high. We have a high here, a high here. So there could be a pullback even all the way down to technically, 1025, 1050. but I don't think it's going to go much lower than 1050 if that were to be the case. It's going to do what it has to do, but I believe it's going to create a higher low and then it's going to continue pushing up, having a very, very nice pump. We probably will break past this big zone, but I expect us to retrace back to the $15 zone before we attempt the 23 and $24 zone. However, I will say once we do break past this 23 $24 zone and we hold, I think ICP will kind of pump fairly quick. Because when we look over here on the left side, we have a nice weekly institutional candle over here at $32. Then we have another one at $48. And then we have a nice one at $73. I think if this coin were to completely flop, it would pretty much end up roughly between 71 and $81 going into this last weekly institutional candle. Because the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, right? Once we get past that point, we really do not have that much structure on the left side, right? If I go on the daily, I could probably find a little bit of structure, but in general, for the most part, there is not much support and resistance. There's a little bit between, 130 and 160, but like I said, not too much. Then after that is 260 to, 315. So we will be flying high once we get past the $24 zone. And I believe, like I said, we could be reaching upwards of, the $80 mark. Maybe we test these highs over here of $85. And I think that is going to be ICP's run on a lower bad spectrum, right? I do believe we will break past this like $80 zone and we will fly high into the hundreds of dollars. You know, right now, if I went on Coin Market Cap, I believe ICP, even at one point, could hit 80 million market cap, or sorry, 80 billion market cap. And remember, that doesn't mean it's going to stay there for hours or days. That could just happen there for a couple minutes and then dump off 15% in the next hour, right? We can see ICP, even if we were to hypothetically just 10x from here, that would be 58 billion market cap at $120, which for me is more than possible. I believe this is one of the coins that for sure will hit that 35 to 45 billion market cap zone. Obviously, because I just said it could do better than that. So, like I said, even on the lower end, hitting that 80 $90 area would be very realistic for ICP. But once again, I do think this coin could do better. I did say before $180 is where I think ICP could top, and I still stand on that. Will it happen right away? I'm not sure. If there's two cycles, then I think there's a higher probability it will happen in the second cycle, but we will just have to see how it plays out. Overall, ICP is a solid, good play. Not sure why it gets the hate it gets, but you know what? A lot of coins get a lot of hate for no real reason. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I will do more ICP videos in the future, a little bit more detailed ones in terms of fundamentals. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.